Hello friends and welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. My name's Dean. I'll be your host today. Hey, if you are visiting for the first time, please know I only make these videos for education, entertainment, and for community building around the Saitama token. So please do your own research to decide whether or not Saitama is a good fit for you and your investment portfolio. Hey, this is going to be a monumental week for Saitama. Many historic type events going down this week. So I'm expecting big things, honestly. I'm expecting to see an increase in volume. I'm expecting to see an increase in price and a major increase in the general excitement surrounding Saitama token as we get close to the Saitama launch. So let's take a look at what's going on with the fundamentals of Saitama, and I'll show you a couple of tweets that are things that we can be excited about, okay? It's nice to have some positive news. It's nice to have some positive price action and kind of a renewed sense of optimism about where the Saitama coin project is going. So if we bounce in and take a look at fundamentals here, so the first big thing that you're going to see that could happen as early as tomorrow, we currently have 298,940 holders. Okay, that's an increase of 1,160 over yesterday. If we had that same exact increase actually to the number, and I rounded up to 1,160, but if we had another 1,160 tomorrow, we will hit 300,000 holders, okay? When I started tracking this way back in September, there were 31,000 holders, okay? So we've 10x'd our holder count, which is a huge thing. And it's something that we can be proud of as a community because this is a community-based token. We have a development team who's out in front and doing a lot, but there are so many amazing members in the community doing these live or these Twitter spaces, creating YouTube content, Reddit, just all over the place. There are people who are talking about Saitama and keeping it at the top of everybody's mind. So we need to keep that up, keep that momentum, and 2022 is going to be crazy for Saitama. So our current market cap is $2.25 billion. Now you can see since we got the news about the CertiK audit, which was on December 25th, hey, we've pretty much seen a steady incline growth in our market cap. And that's on pretty low volumes compared to what we've seen in the past. And what it's saying is those of us who are holding Saitama are holding our Saitama. This volume is going to be mostly based on people wanting to buy in. And since we're being stingy and we don't want to give it up, there's a positive effect on the price. Okay, there's more buyers than there are sellers. We're holding on, waiting to see what happens. That market cap would currently have us ranked 72nd of all cryptocurrencies per CoinGecko's ranking system for market cap values. Price currently 70512, 12 million in volume in the last 24 hours, and our burn has reached 56.1. So we've got that first tenth of the next percent killed off, and I'm expecting to see this move. Now, one of the things that I'm seeing a lot of talk about here recently is what people are referring to as a hyper burn, okay? Now, there is no special burn mechanism. There is a burn mechanism in Saitama, but there's nothing particularly hanging out there that's like a special system that's going to create a hyper burn. What's going to create this anticipated hyper burn is the fact that we're going to see higher volumes with Saitamask. Now that's what's expected. What actually happens, we'll be monitoring that. But I have made videos on this in the past, and I'm going to recycle one of those this week to give everybody a look at how the burn works and what we can expect if we can get increasing volumes going. Okay. Current burn rate, the burn speedometer would suggest it would take 213 days to burn 1%, or a little less than 2% per year. The 10-day average on the burn is about just over 2%. And in the last 24 hours, we burned about 2.5 trillion tokens. Okay, so what is the big news? What are these historic events? The first one, 300,000 holders. I would expect that to happen tomorrow, but certainly no later than Tuesday. So tweets. First one that I saw that piqued my interest a little bit, and this was announced yesterday. Coinbazar is a exchange out of India, and they have officially announced that they are listing Saitama on their platform. And I went out and checked. Saitama is paired with USDT. It is available on this Indian exchange. So that's exciting. The more exposure we have, the better, friends. I know Saitamask is coming. Do we still want to be listed on every major exchange? Crypto.com. Do we want to be listed everywhere? Honestly, the answer is yes to all of the above. Okay. The more exposure, the easier it is for people to buy Saitama, the stronger foothold we're going to take in the marketplace. So this is great. And I would expect several more of those now. I mean, people know that Saitama is legitimate at this point. Okay. We've gone through all the trouble of creating our own wallet. The wallet has been vetted out through Certic's auditing process. And this is just a stepping stone towards Saitama being huge and, being what Russell once said would be a top 10 cryptocurrency. So I hope that he's correct on that one. It certainly is possible. We see other community coins up there in that top 10 realm. So with all the excitement and utility that Saitamask will be bringing, additional listings, we could see those kind of results in 2022. I'm actually very optimistic about that. All right. The other thing that was tweeted about is the Saitamask launch. Now, we figured it would drop after the Certic audit, certainly, but also after the first of the year. And Russell has a tweet from the 31st that says, you can start your 7-day countdown. He's from Texas, and he says, now y'all can do a 7-day countdown. Wouldn't change a thing. So 7 days from the 31st would put us on the 7th, which is this coming Friday. Okay, so I'm excited to see what's going down here. Now, he does say here that collectively we're going to make a difference, and he means in the whole crypto space, or we're going to die trying. Okay, at this point, it's going to be difficult for the project to die because there is so much support. It would take some major missteps, and we've had our bumps along the road. There are certainly things. He said he wouldn't change a thing, good, bad, or indifferent. The truth is, some of the things that he wouldn't change weren't in the dev team's control. There's other things that I think, looking back, if we could legitimately go back and just tweak those a little bit, I would, certainly. But I'm giving props here to the development team. They've worked very hard. They're working on a volunteer basis up to this point. They're putting their own money out there. They have changed transparency in the marketplace as far as I'm concerned. And they've done a lot of major good things. 2021, 2022 should be great. So let me jump in. I'll show you my reflections. I'm going to sign this one off for the day. So if we were to go ahead and take a look at reflections for the last 2 days, on the lower volumes with kind of an increasing price, we actually expect fewer reflections. And I'll show you in the burn mechanism again how that works, because the reflections and the burn work the same way. But when you have an increasing price and a lower volume, you kind of end up having less in terms of reflections and burns. Okay. So in the last 2 days, I received almost 16 million on the first, about 20 million 600,000 in the last 24 hours, bringing my total to around 2.4 billion since I started tracking this. Now, this is a tiny bit off because I did make some sales trying to figure out Ledger Live so I can do a tutorial, which I will be doing here in the next couple of days. But nonetheless, these reflections are amazing in terms of getting rewarded and kind of some daily encouragement to stay invested. So folks, I hope you're doing really well. Happy New Year again. I've got some other big things coming for you. At least they're big things for me. I'll be announcing here within the next week. And I just appreciate you. I appreciate you joining me on this journey. And let's have a great 2022. Hopefully this is the year of wealth and prosperity for all of us. Keep it stacking, friends. Check back with me soon and we'll watch our Saitama grow together.